Hey guys, apologies for the video silence on my channel recently. I've been a little bit lazy, and also it took a while for me to actually get a second mic stand. I really wanted to try dual mic techniques for this video in particular. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed my original piece called Depart From. I actually wrote this song about a year ago, and I'm coming back to it to just see how much I've improved in terms of my mixing and getting guitar tones and things like that. I'm pretty happy with the end result of how it sounded and how the video came out, except for the parts where it got dark and the video quality kind of got a bit grainy. But other than that, it was fine. I think it was a good video. Yes, this is the first video where you can actually see the microphone in the video. I've actually had it off camera until now, but the sound levels were quite quiet, so I'm having it here now. I know it's a bit overkill, but the sound quality of the camera is just horrible. Overall, on the production side, I think I did a fairly decent job of getting sounds. This is the first time, not really the first time, but the first proper time I've been able to use a double miking technique. I have previously used it before on the Pocket Watch Thieves album, but we didn't have a second mic stand, and the second mic was just kind of approximated. So this time I actually have a second mic stand, and I'm able to actually get much more precise adjustments. Double miking is definitely a technique I will be using again in the future, that's for sure. I guess as I go along, I'll be saying tips on things that I think are important. So for these double miking techniques, my tip would be to watch out for phase issues. Phase as in
just the sound waves from the two mics entering at different times. A little bit hard to explain, I guess, but
basically you have to have them so that they're in phase rather than out of phase, which causes them to sound thin and weak and just not very good, or not what you think it should sound like. And you'd run into a lot of problems in your mixing stage. While I was moving the mics around and dialing in the guitar tones, I found it quite easy to start using my eyes to judge the sound, which sounds weird now, but in practice it's really easy to do and just slip into. So I guess tip number 2 for this video is don't use your eyes, but use your ears to judge the sound. People aren't going to see sound with their eyes. But honestly, if something sounds right with, say, the mids turned all the way up on the amp, then keep them all the way up, you know? Don't turn them down because it seems like it's too much. If it sounds good, it sounds good, and leave it at that. Songwriting. I suppose I could have worked more on the song, really, especially after a year. But really, this is just production practice, as is most of my videos, but this one especially, because I have been hitting a bit of a wall in terms of my writing recently. So I've been taking a little bit of a break in terms of writing music, just so as to not, I guess, stress myself out more than anything. Moving on to the gear I used my comparison Dellinger for the guitar, tuned to drop C. Here it is, trying to catch the light as best as I can. Sorry. The bass I used was, as always, my Ibanez BTB 675. I showed you that in another video. I'll put it about here so you can see it. The guitar went into the Polytune by TC Electronics, which then went to a Boss NS2 noise suppressor, which also had a Ibanez TS808 as well as a TS9 in the loop, which went straight out into the PV5150 Mark II. I should also note that I was taking a DI from the guitar just for future experimentation once I get a reamp box. The mics I used was a Shure SM57 and a Sennheiser E609. This is a great mic. It's much darker sounding than this one, so when you kind of blend the two together, they complement each other really nicely. And that's about all the time I've got for today. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and please give me a like and maybe even subscribe to my channel. Please leave a comment in the comments box below of what you thought about this video and what you'd like to see next. I do have a couple of ideas for covers coming up soon, so keep an eye out for those. I'll leave all my social media information in the description box below, and I'll see you guys soon. So, catch you later.